Well, hi.
Hi.
Um, you're on recording.
Okay, hello. Hi.
So hi. Um, ju- for now it's gonna be just me and you, but I guess we have our invited, and if they came, they
Hope
with
they come
us.
in.
Yeah. So I am gonna Portuguese, and after that in English. And just for we have the two initiating this. Então, meu nome é Carolina. Eu estou aqui pelo Rio Web Fest. Sou uma mulher preta, me audiodescrevendo, né? Sou uma mulher preta, black, cacheado. Estou usando óculos e uma camiseta polo. So in English, my name is Carolina, so you can call me Carol. I
Nice to meet you. Hi.
know myself audio introducing is my I'm using Black Power. I using glasses and purple shirt. I want to um sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Oh,
I'm happy to have you here. And we are the here with the creator panel for Wii U Webfest 2025. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. And to get started, like to ask to you to share and introduce yourself and talk a little about and uh, the project you brought to the festival, so you can share with and be comfortable to speak.
great. Thank you so much, Carol. It's a pleasure to meet you. I was just doing a Facebook post with the link for the live as this is streaming, so that people could tune in here. Hi, my name is Kara Svucek, and I am the creator, director, and producer of Push, celebrating female filmmakers, the story behind the stories. And this is a docu-series that features female filmmakers from around the world. So it's global, it's multicultural, it encompasses women from their early 20s through 60 years of age, all over the world. And it is kind of a combination project. I had the idea a few years ago when during the pandemic, I was doing weekly features. When everything first hit, I was doing on Facebook as kind of a feel good effort, weekly features of women and their links and their work and maybe a photo or two and where people could find what women were working on because everything had shut down. So that I was doing this in the spring of 2020 when everything was, there were no online festivals, no one knew how to do any of that yet, nothing was going on. So then picking up a few years later here, I wanted to expand that project and feature women in a series of interviews and combine in a timeline format, and then make the docu-series their work, their stories and questions that they raised, but also questions I had for them. And so it's come out to be a really great series of conversations. We currently have 14 episodes on a YouTube channel, and where I can of course put that link in and people can see. Um, and that they vary in length from 20 to about 60 minutes, depending on the conversation and what women wanted to talk about. And I'll leave it there. And in the timeline of their interview, along with the Zoom technology, I have put a significant amount of their films, their projects, their series, photos. There's a lot of anecdotes. There's a lot of laughs. There's some very touching moments. We talk about some difficult topics. Things come up that are meaningful, especially now with everything going on in the world. So, oh, I can't hear you. You went off.
No, sorry,
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
I will. I am on mute to you. To can so talk about it. I wanted to know what does Rio Web Fest meaning to you? Like
Oof.
what so you can talk, please.
Yeah, well, for me, I have a history with Rio Web Fest dating back to my other projects, the Pepper Project Pilot, which is a female-centered spy thriller, and then the subsequent episodes of that, Pepper Ricochet and Pepper Confidential. So we have been officially selected and nominated a few times before. The first time I was doing a play on Broadway, so I wasn't able to make it. The second time was still during the pandemic and it was tough. And this time, this came up very quickly, and the visa and everything that's now required because of all of our garbage in the US, so sorry, apologize. Um, I just wasn't able to make it this quick, but is that Leandro in the back? No, that's not him. I was going to say hello. I thought I saw someone passing by, but the festival means a lot to me because of the history of and the legacy of what Rio has built. Um, the projects are very high quality. The adjudication I know is very specific, and it is such a global, huge event. I wish I could be there live, but I'm thrilled that we get to dialogue now, and I know he has an enormous amount of well, he has an enormous team and so many people working on things for such a long period of time. I do have some friends there. Joelle Bazaget from the web series, formerly head of the web series World Cup, but still representing, and Ned Donovan I do know, and Steve Becker, who is a colleague of mine and on the circuit, is there representing Push. So we're happy to have him there as a representative, like as a go-to. So, and Steve and I share the same birthday,
Perfect.
so
Oh, great. So yeah, it's a big project here. Great like yours, and a lot of people, and I don't know, I guess the next time um it's gonna be great to have you here, and you can prepare and set yourself to be here. But it's great to have you here with us in on live, and I wanted to know, for you, what is the most difficult part of the project? Uh, Talking about Push, but you can talk about other projects. What is the difficulty to um
to
to
creating it.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
First, I also wanted to say a big thank you, of course, again to Leandro and the entire team for accepting the project and for accepting both Pepper Project Pilot and Pepper Ricochet. In the past years, it's always been an honor to be in the festival because, like I said, it's great. I think he and I have met a few times in different countries, Spain, maybe Germany. So it's always been such an honor. So thank you again. I think as time goes on, I think the kind of like the easy part is the creating and the conceiving of the projects. We as creators are stimulated. We have intense imaginations. There's a lot of things we draw on from our lives and from what's happening in the world. I think the difficulty is now this was a lower budget project because that's what I could do, but it's always difficult to get funding. And here in the US, and this is what a lot of women talk about in their interviews, funding for projects from start to finish is always the challenge. So whether it's funding for the initial inceptions of getting a team together, to shooting, to post-production, to finishing, and then of course to traveling to represent your project in different festivals. Even if it's here in the US, traveling to some of the upper echelon festivals or smaller festivals. I was very lucky to have two donation-based campaigns and then additional funding for those things, and that really helped me. And I worked very hard as well. And obviously, we all end up spending a lot of our own money doing these things because we love it. We want to move it forward, but funding is difficult. And then beyond that, I mean, it's always great to create with your colleagues and your friends. And of course, you run into things, and those become your favorite stories, and they become things that you talk about and remember. but beyond that is getting the project to the next level if you want exposure. So for me, for Pepper, I definitely was hoping to have uh, the series picked up on a streaming platform. I know network was probably going to be, a high reach given the um, difficulty of network television production here in the US. But we came close with some streaming platforms in Europe at the time. And then things shifted. Now the platform wants horror. Now the platform wants something a little more younger. Now they want this, so, and it's not that I was unwilling to make adjustments, but when you have in this arena, especially for female centered content, um, the compromise is sometimes the ask is huge, and then it would change the entire scope of the project. So it's not that I ever refused anything like that. It's just that things are what they are in the world. The lens is what it is. So I think it's important to keep aiming for what you want. And the difficulty often is getting in the door to some of these platforms or networks. I think Rio has some good representation there. And so, my one of my regrets of not being able to go is to attend, to be able to talk about my past project as well with people that might be looking. I know, Canada has funding. Argentina has funding from what I hear. Spain has some funding, so it's it's um it's hard to find places to connect with money, and then after that to find a place to connect with a platform that actually is going to be beneficial for your project.
Okay, I guess always that I ask this, I guess funding is the most the the bigger problem for every creator, because and this is have all the war, I guess. Some places is like a little better and a little worse, but I guess only is the worst part in the project. And I want to know what inspires you. Sorry, this word is too
Inspires.
difficult to
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
Inspires
You're doing
you
great.
to create.
I can't speak three
Thank you.
languages.
So what inspires you like to create new stories, and I don't know, I don't know, what you find inspiring, like
I
you.
I think that for me, I've just noticed that the Zoom thing is adjusting. So if it looks like I'm moving, I'm not moving. The thing keeps adjusting itself. If I could turn that off, I would. Um, I am drawn toward, as a creator, I'm drawn toward the thriller genre. I I really love watching those kind of series and films. Something that keeps me guessing, something that keeps me on the edge of my seat, something that has sometimes a prolonged storyline, things that are slowly revealed. Um, Something little spy, something kind of criminal. Um, I have done, I'm an actor, so I've also, obviously acted in a lot of things. And this for me was, I wanted to create something when I was doing Pepper that I was not auditioning for, that I wouldn't be considered for, because I have not been, a famous star. So people weren't going to give me a lead in a show. So in a series. So I wanted to create something that I wanted to play for myself. Um, and I think that because I have kind of a wild, crazy imagination, I have other stories that revolve around things that are of intrigue and in the thriller genre. I do have some other things currently that I'm working on that are not in that genre, but what inspires me to create are things I want to do for myself, or things that I'd like to see, or I have a series that experiences that have happened to me. Something happened to me several years ago in Mexico, and it was very shocking and a little frightening. And so I've written a whole series about that experience. So, and I've pitched that at different festivals as well. So either things that are of intrigue, or things that real life things that have happened, or something that I've seen, that then the story
Self
kind of evolves from.
experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great.
a little stuck. I'm a little stuck.
Histories and help me to be creative. And
I lost, just so you
but
know, I lost you for a bit there. It froze. Your screen froze
you
for a
know,
bit.
okay, it's okay right now.
It's okay right now, but I didn't hear what you had said. So if you want to go back.
No, it's like for me, and it's a little the same, like self experience and histories and things we saw in the day, and oh, this is inspiring. And I don't know, you can say, I don't know if you already have feedbacks about Bush, but I want to know how was the audience reception but so far for the
It's been great. I mean, I've been so grateful. Everyone that I've worked with, they're just incredible women, as I had said, from around the world. And there's been a lot of excitement around the project because there hasn't been anything like this in a docu-series format that is specifically talking about concerns and sharing stories about what's going on in the industry and what's happening, but also topics that are relevant kind of to everyone. It's very relatable. And while there are panels often about female filmmaker panels and similar questions come up, the the panel is, it's sometimes of a great of certain length, but not one person gets to talk and share for a long period of time. Do you know what I'm saying? It's usually quick snippets on the red carpet about your show or a short interview. But this was something I wanted to do as a longer format so that, hey, Steve, there he is.
she's saying hi to you. Oh.
Hi.
Carries.
So, yeah, there he is. Um, so I wanted to do something in a longer format, but then, as I said, also feature their work. And the conversations that have come up, um, people have really appreciated hearing what women are saying and how, not only how relatable it is, but potential solutions or um, a feeling of camaraderie in the industry. We've been in two festivals officially now. The one here in the U.S., the AMT International Film Festival, and happily we won Best Short Documentary. And we just were
Oh.
in. Thank you. It was really a great honor. And we just were in the New Zealand Web Fest, and thrilled to say, very honored that we won Best Direction. So I was really grateful for that. Um,
Oh,
I th-
I hope too.
I think that people are finding it very interesting and relevant because a lot of things are not talked about, and so
So
there's stories that range from dealing with studio executives to having to push to get funding, how much that sometimes it's easier for men to get their show greenlit than women, the battle that we have if we want to be in our show and also um, have be producing it and directing it, uh, what the challenges are in the industry. So a lot of things are relatable and relevant, and people are finding a connection with that. I also want to say that for the festival, like we sent to Rio, that while the episodes are long, I don't want to scare any other festivals. For the curation, we created a 9.5 minute special compilation for Rio. So what we're looking forward to is being present at the festivals with a shorter curated content specific. We're able to do that. That is allowing exposure for the project. Do you see what I'm saying? Then people can go to the YouTube channel, they can check out
uh-huh.
individual interviews, they can look through different things. And I've also created a number of sizzles and shorter clips that people can, easily tune into and say, "Oh, that's an
Like
interesting
a
point."
little spoiler. Like a little
Yeah,
spoiler. Yeah. It's
like
great.
teasers. Yeah, so
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like teasers. So for each creator, I do like two snippets of teasers, then we launch it, and then I do a whole kind of flash sizzle splash
I
about
guess
them with
I,
music.
I guess teasers are great because make everyone like curious about and really looking for and watch the whole thing. But I don't know, like get curious about. So you think that that you are having like the impact that you um like the impact that you hope to have with the project, you think that you are having?
Um, at this point, it's slowly growing. Certainly, exposure like this. That's why when I found somehow I missed the plethora of emails that Rio sends, I missed that there was a panel opportunity, and then someone said there's panels and panels. So I wrote, and I'm so grateful that you got me in today. So with this kind of exposure, I think it's really going to help. Ultimately, people have said, what would you like from this ultimately? So there's some larger festivals in the US and some more, of course, on the web series World Cup that we'd like to participate in. But I'd like to see if I can get developing a fund going forward for female filmmakers to access, to have grow, seeing if I can get some platforms and networks here in the US contribute to a fund for indie creators, even if it's just a finishing fund kind of element. And then having the conversations grow and then something happening from them. Obviously, changes need to happen for women in the industry. We're currently looking at, I think, a 12 to 17%, I think was my statistic, if I could just look it up for a second here, in the top 250 films, I think is the statistic. We just look right here. The top 100 films, women directed 11% of the top 100 films in 2024, which is a decrease from 14% in 2023. A different analysis found that out of 112 directors for these films, 13.4% were women, a slight increase from 12.1 in 2023. So you see that there's a great disparity of female directors
Yeah,
in the industry. We're
yeah.
talking, that's the top 100. And then the other statistic is top 250 films. Women directed 16% of 250 top grossing films in 2024, which is the same percentage as 2023. No growth. 16%. Not even at 25%. We're not even at a quarter of the percentage, let alone
No.
30. So,
Yeah,
it was a big win this year.
the
I
number
think,
needs to grow.
I'm sorry.
The number needs to grow, like you need
Oh,
like half.
absolutely. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever
Yeah,
reach half, to be honest with you. And this obviously is global. So
yeah,
the question is, what's going on here? Really,
yeah.
what's going on? Why
And
are
what need to change?
what needs to
What
change? Right. So
yeah,
this isn't just like and I don't want to use, this isn't just like a bitch fest. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a platform where we were complaining. No, I mean we talk in many of the segments about when do you push and when do you lay
yeah.
back? When do you need to rest? When do you need to say, okay, enough is enough. I need to take a break and wait for, as you said, that inspiration to come. What needs to
Mm-hmm.
happen next? Okay, I need to maybe take a break and just, it's like the tide coming in, hitting the shore. There's ebb and flow. It comes in and then it recedes. We use I use that analogy a lot. And the reason that resonates is because all of us at some point say, okay, it's not like a giving up, but it's a regrouping. Sometimes you need to regroup. Sometimes you need to refactor your team and your resources, your ideas, your own
Stop and
inspiration.
thinking about it.
Exactly. But ultimately, there always is a point where you're tired, you're sick of the industry in some way, you're not gaining where you want to, and you have to put lay on the gas, so to speak, put the pedal to the metal and move forward. And that's kind of what the inspiration of this was. I was thinking a lot about what does it take to get things going, to keep things moving. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, that's
I know you got something in your headset there. I know, I understand.
yeah. So, yeah, I guess you have a lot of things to thinking about it, and I don't know, change a lot of things, and I guess for now it's just a hope, guess. But I want to know, how for you, do you know like what what you we could change or improve like to moving forward
I think there
for
needs to be, it's hard to say that, studios and platforms and things aren't going to set a mandate of um, this percentage have to be directed by women. I mean, I can't imagine that someone saying that is the case, especially now we're in danger with this was not a political project. It wasn't, but of course now the transition of what's happened in the past year in the U.S. is pretty devastating for all of DEI and including women. So it's hard to say how this is going to unfold, right? My hope would be that recognition would continue to be raised, awareness would continue to be raised, and the recognition of the disparity of women in the industry directing, writing, creating, and not just doing those things, but having those projects move forward. It's not just that, oh, we've got the material and here we are playing around with our ideas. It has to be produced, it has to be directed, it has to be bought, it has to be,
yeah.
streaming, it has to get someplace, right? So
It has so many projects, great projects, like has like just 30% of like the the way to get done and be in the world for us. So yes, because I guess more opportunities for us.
exactly,
And
and the attention to
yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's part of what the purpose of the series is drawing attention to the fact that this is what's happening. We're always fighting against something. What needs to shift? What needs to shift in the industry? So, as many of the creators have said, from people that in the circuit, Maria Albagnana, Rose of Dolls, Sally McLean, everyone has said, how important female-centered stories are. We have things to say, we have stories to tell. Jessica Thompson in Los Angeles, Sonia O'Hara, and these are people that are Emmy nominated creators. Jess Thompson won at South by Southwest a few years ago for a horror film that she directed and wrote, and was at the helm. And so, we have so many outstanding female creators in our own community that are part of this docuseries, but obviously around the world. What needs to shift? And one thing too that's very important is, how can we as women help each other? I think that's really important. Um, a lot of us were sharing stories about the community and how important it is to lift each other up. And I think that it's really important to look out for each other. I think it's important to amplify voices. I think it's important to support where you can other women and other projects, and not only bring recognition, but awareness and praise and celebration to our stories within our own community as well as at
yeah.
large, right?
This is perfect, perfect. Yeah, you say like so beautiful. But I want to know,
Thank
we
you.
are reaching to the end, but for first I want to know about your next project, your plans for the future, so you can talk about it.
I need money. I need money to shoot. I have an idea for a very short film that I've had for a while. You're laughing, right? It's true, right? Um, I have a very short kind of a thriller. It's not horror, but it's a short thriller. Maybe a actually, 7-minute film, very, very short. But I still need some funding to get that going. It's a little bit of a psychological thriller, um, about something that happened to me, again. And so that's something that I'm working on, but I need development funds even for that. And I have a Mexican terror thriller called Cenote, which I am trying to get picked up, which I've been pitching, and I recently pitched to a platform here in the US. So I'm looking for more places to pitch that. If anyone knows America Ferrara, I'd like to tie her to that, the actress. She's my lead. So and anyone who hears this that knows her and I can get the script in front of her, let me know. Um, and I mean, I have many, many other ideas. I simply, um, you can, things are written. It's always looking for the development money and the, um, where is that going to come from along with your push? So thank you for asking. Thank you for this time today. It's really meant a lot.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with us. And
I'm taking a
please
picture. I'm going
share.
to take a picture of us if I can. Okay.
This is gonna be recording,
Yeah.
so you can have and please share your social media when where you we can find you, your projects, watch everything. So
I've been tagging Rio. I've been tagging everything from the other festivals to when we get accepted to, when I've submitted, I keep tagging Rio. I tagged for the New Zealand and for the AMT festival, both of which were really great festivals with a lot of great content. And again, we're really grateful to be in this festival here. So in Rio. So I'm with you in spirit. And thanks again to everybody. Thank you for this opportunity too. You've been lovely. Thank you, Carol.
perfect. You have Instagram
Yes.
or
So so the push YouTube link, you just look up at push celebrating female filmmakers on YouTube, and somehow maybe we can put I can send you the link, we can put that into the media there. But my Facebook is Karis Vucek, and my Instagram is aka Karis, and all of the sizzles and the links and the YouTube links for every woman's episode are up under the individual, like you said, teasers. Um, those are the two primary social media platforms that I'm using right now, along with, of course, the YouTube channel has everything on it. So, and I'll actually probably put a link to this interview on the YouTube channel as well. So that'd be great.
yeah, you can you can use like a few whatever you want to.
Great.
So
Thank you.
thank you for being here. Thank you for everything to share with us.
It's
And
been great. Thank you.
thank you. I want to know to say thank you for everyone to is watching and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Kisses.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I also will say what I can do is send you the YouTube link, the push YouTube link, but I can also send just hold on one second for me. I'm going to see if I can do
Okay.
something simple. Just hold on one second. Something really simple.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just gonna say the one thing in Portuguese. Wait a
yes,
minute.
yes.
Uh, então, essa live é
I don't know
pelo
if you can.
Webfest, o Ministério.
Mm,
I'm
no, no, it won't work. Okay.
the QR code.
QR code. Yeah, I'll send that to you.
You can use like in front of the face. I guess you
Oh, here we go.
yeah.
Wonder if I put it in the.
It's
Here we go.
because the
Because I have the background. Hold on. Let me see if I
yeah.
can get rid of my.
So, o Ministério da Cultura e a Petrobras apresentam o Rio Web Fest 2025. O Rio Web Fest conta com o patrocínio exclusivo da Petrobras por meio da Lei de Incentivo à Cultura do Governo Federal, União e Reconstrução. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right. All the best. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.